What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, which you probably are because everyone is new here, my name is Madeline, which I actually have never said here before, which is kind of strange now that I think about it, but I guess I should start saying that. And I am so happy that you have decided to join me today. Today is a super exciting and fun video for you guys. I just found out very recently that I am going to PAX, which for those of you who don't know is a long-running gaming expo that started in Seattle in 2004, created by the writers of the webcomic Penny Arcade, which by now has an insane following. So as you can expect, I am so excited! I have never been to Seattle before, I have never been to PAX before, and I am just really looking forward to the trip. So my friends and I are going to be there September 1st to the 4th, which is exactly 1 month from the day I am filming. How did it get to be August? I don't know. I don't know how it is already August because it is such a monumental occasion for me to be able to make it to an expo. I thought to myself, oh no, should I cosplay? I mean, it has been a few years since I was even able to cosplay anywhere for anything. What better opportunity than the first time you get to go to PAX? It'd be kind of a crime, right? So I have exactly 1 month, starting today, to get my shit together. It's not a hell of a lot of time, but it is enough to get something together that I think I can be proud of. Now begs the question, what do I cosplay? So when you are a big fan of actually dressing up like other people, you have that list at the back of your mind when you find a new character you love, a new piece of nerd culture that you've discovered. I had a couple of ideas, but there was one particular character that came to mind kind of instantly. I think the people who have been with me from the very beginning can probably figure out by now who I am talking about, because those people and I share a common love for a little podcast called The Adventure Zone. And for those of you who don't know, The Adventure Zone is a podcast where 3 brothers and their dad play Dungeons and Dragons and other role-playing games and then record them for us to listen to and enjoy. And their latest campaign centers around a town called Kepler in West Virginia, where a band of misfits are recruited to fight some monsters. And one of the characters is a badass roving magician named Aubrey Little, who in the first episode discovers that she also possesses real magical powers. The power to create fire. Travis, the creator of the character, describes Aubrey having a punkish goth sort of aesthetic with an undercut. As soon as I heard this description of the character, I just knew in my bones there was going to be a plethora of fan art. And as if on cue, I went to the Facebook group and lo and behold, there was some fan art of Aubrey Little, sporting an undercut, some dark lipstick, a denim jacket, and when I saw this fan art, I immediately knew that one day I was gonna have to cosplay as Aubrey Little. Because, and I'll insert it here, the resemblance is a little uncanny. Now, not all the fan art, of course, I felt the same way about. I mean, once it started rolling in, there was every possible interpretation of Aubrey Little that you could possibly imagine, and they all look unique and beautiful. But this is the first one I saw, and I saw some eerie similarities. Not just in hair color at the time for me, but in bone structure? In facial features? All of this to say that now that I know I'm going to PAX, I think I would be a dummy not to at least try and cosplay as Aubrey while I'm there, because I feel like that would be a wasted opportunity, and who knows when the next convention I am going to be able to attend. Anyway, I hope this isn't too long. I've already tried to explain this for 20 minutes and it has not gotten very well. If you've been here since the beginning, before I even started this channel, you know that this closet cosplay was the impetus for becoming a part of a very special makeup group on Facebook who encouraged me to start my own channel. So this is kind of an insanely full circle video, and I don't really know how else to dive right in other than just to do it. So today's video is going to be an exploration of some potential makeup looks that I want to rock while cosplaying as Aubrey Little at PAX this year. Without further ado, and there needs to be no further ado, let's get started. Alright right, we are zoomed in a little so you can see the nitty gritty. We're gonna start with eyes first because I have a feeling that we might get a little bit of fallout, might get a little bit messy. We're gonna do an appropriately very warm eyeshadow look today, which is very exciting because we get to play with this guy again. I definitely want to dip into Flamepoint, Love Plus, Cupcake, all those nice warm tones. Do something very flame inspired, very fiery, very literal. So I already have my eyebrows on for the most part. They're pretty bold. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of primer first. I'm gonna use my Urban Decay primer potion in the shade Eden. Give me a nice tacky yellow base and help cancel out a lot of my blue undertones in my lid. I really enjoy doing eyes first because I could just get real messy and not have to worry about anything. I think I'm going to attempt a kind of half cut crease moment, which fingers crossed will go well. Also, this is just sort of like a playtime video. I don't really have anything set yet, but this is a good time as any to start experimenting. At this point, you know, your girl likes to do impromptu looks without a whole lot of forethought. So I think for a transition shade, I'm just going to dip into Cupcake here with my Pro 7E, which is my all-time favorite crease blending brush, and just sort of pack that into the crease just for something to transition into. Do a bit of a winged out shape as well, so drag that outer corner away. Bring that all the way into the inner corner. Great! Now with a different blending brush, let's use my Pro 8E. I'm going to tap into Flamepoint here, which is a bright orange, one that I haven't used yet. So we'll see how this goes. Oh my god, it's so satisfying going into a brand new eyeshadow. And I'm gonna start shading the crease. I wanna make sure I get some pigment sort of in the crease near the inner corner too, because we're gonna cut it later. And your cut crease pops more when you have a nice bold shade all the way across the crease. If you lose some of that yellow, you can always go back and blend the edges with more Cupcake. Good enough for now. Using the same brush but flip it around and use the other side, I'm going to tap into Love Plus here and start packing this onto the lid and blending it into the crease. And I really want this to be like packed onto the lid, especially in that outer corner. Don't quite like what it's doing here. I'm going to take a little bit more of Flamepoint and really try and marry the two together. That's pretty good. I'm going to take a smaller brush, tap back into Love Plus, and really try and get more right in that crease. Okay, I think I like where that is right now. Let's cut the crease. I'm using my Pro 2M, which is a very tiny flat shader brush, and I think I want to just take it to about here. But I'm going to start by drawing a line down, connecting that line in the center to the inner corner and a nice big C curve. And then fill that whole section in. And then I'm going to drag out and blend that concealer into a softer shape on the outer edge. I think that's a pretty good shape for now. I usually leave, when I'm doing like a half cut crease, I usually leave like a little tail at the very top of the crease, like a little flick. I'm going to sort of emphasize that crease a tiny bit by taking a small brush. I'm going to use the Pro 6M and a little bit of Flamepoint and just sort of sketching in a little bit of shadow right above the crease just to really clean it up, just so it looks real crisp. And then on the outer edge, use a little bit of Love Plus. Small detail, but I'm anal retentive, so what you gonna do? What we're gonna do is start to pack the same shadows in a gradient from lightest to darkest in the spot where we cut the crease. So get a couple of clean brushes, which might be more or less difficult depending on who you are. If you are me, it might be very difficult. Starting with Butter Cupcake. I feel like this would also be a great look with like a really glittery pigment in the cut crease area on the lid. I'm really into matte cut creases at the moment. How on earth did I get concealer up there? I have no idea. Now working on Flamepoint. Make sure those two colors are blended together enough. Man, trying to get a decent blend of Flamepoint right in this spot for some reason is just hell. Do you see that? Like right in there. I'm gonna try and just go in with my finger here. It's not looking great. Let's try and fix it with some glitter. I'm going to take a little bit of Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in Midnight Cowboy and draw a line of glitter on the crease. It's really pretty. That's a little better. I've used this primer with the other shades in the palette and they performed fine. So I don't know if this is my fault or if it's the eyeshadow's fault. I mean, it's probably my fault. Let's be real here. Okay, I'm gonna try to deepen up the crease. A little bit of black, like just the tiniest hint of black just in here. Well, exactly how I wanted this look to go, but live and learn. I mean, it's not the worst, it's just not the way I wanted it to be for this video. I feel like I put a little too much pressure on myself to execute this well. Now that it's not going perfectly, I'm not super happy. And again, it could always be worse. It's not the worst. I can work with this. I'm gonna clean this up off camera, do some liner, lashes, foundation, get a base going, and then we will come back and finish the rest of the look. Whew, it is amazing how much lashes can make a difference. I'm wearing one of my favorites from Rouge and Rogue. They are Miss Fury. They are very dramatic and very fluffy and piecey, and I love them so much. It is getting pretty late and I would love to finish this up, so let's just keep trucking along. Looking a bit pale in the viewfinder, really pale. So I went ahead and started my base, foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer, contoured, and we are now ready to move on to blush. I kind of want to do a really sort of quite fiery orange peachy blush because I think it'll really tie in everything quite well. And for that, I think I'm just going to use my Sugarpill shadows, mixing Suburbia and Flamepoint together and using that as a blush instead. Since her magic power is fire, I really wanted her to look quite flushed, as if she's, you know, working with hot elements all the time. She can conjure fire with a snap of her fingers, so it's gonna be hot work. I feel like the real challenge for me would be to do a look without blush. Put a little bit right under the chin, under the nose. I feel like I did a really good job with my nose contour today. What do you think? And then, of course, across the bridge of the nose. It's real pretty. I'm actually gonna bring a little blush onto the forehead today, just to heat things up, but just a hair. Just hit ever so lightly a little bit of Love Plus in the center. I'm just gonna throw on a couple freckles here and there. It has taken me 3 hours to film this. I'll be looking forward to when this is over. Last thing on the face, I am going to highlight. So I'm just going to use the yellow from my Lime Crime Opals palette, and I think that will be cohesive for the look. Pop that into the inner corner as well. My boyfriend just came home with this. I feel called out, like a little. I'm going to finish the lower lash line with the same shadows we used on the lid. I'm gonna smudge just a teensy bit of black under there as well. Debating whether or not I should line my waterline with black. Fear of closing off my eye a little bit too much. Although she is of the punk persuasion, which means that that is something she would probably do. So I feel like for the character, I have to do this. bottom mascara. And the last thing to do is lips. NYX Liquid Suede in Alien. You know, I was gonna do kind of an ombre lip kind of do with some red and orange, but kind of just like it like this. That's code for I'm really tired and I want this video to be over. I'm also just realizing now, looking in the viewfinder with a dark lip on, that Glam & Gore did something very, very similar on their channel not too long ago. Pretty much this near exact same eye look, maybe with a bit of purple in it. Shoot. So for those of you who are wanting to roast me, I see you, leave in a comment. Just know that I'm very much aware at this point, but it took me this long to figure it out. Oh well. And this is it. This is the look, guys, complete with what I have so far of my cosplay. The kick-ass harness and the gloves are from Deadly Couture in Gastown in Vancouver. If you're in the city, go check them out for all of your alternative clothing needs. They were super nice to me today and really chill. I really appreciated them, and also appreciated the nice lady who worked there who verified for me that yes, I did put this on right. I already had this jacket in my closet. It is an ancient one from American Apparel, RIP. Although my finished cosplay will hopefully have a custom made denim vest with matching shorts, which is really exciting. As far as the look went, it was a bit of a struggle to get some of this to blend, and it's still not quite perfect. I wouldn't look too closely, but I really, really love all the colors that came together for it, and I think it really suits Aubrey well. I think she definitely has a flair for the dramatic. I thank you so much for watching this video today. If you liked what you saw, please give me a thumbs up down below. It helps me out a great deal. Also, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I love reading your comments. I love responding to them. I love building a viewer and creator community. I would love to hear your thoughts on this one. Also, especially since I am creating my own interpretation of a beloved character from a well-known franchise. If watching me fumble blindly through my makeup journey is something that you enjoy, why not hit the subscribe button down below and also turn on your notifications, because I don't have an uploading schedule because I have other jobs that must take priority over this one. So if you want to know when I upload a new video, just hit that bell icon down below. If you're going to PAX, let me know. I would love to see you guys there. I would love to meet up. I'm gonna go eat my Snickers and drink a cup of tea, folks. Please be kind and be generous to everyone you meet out there in the world today, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Bye.